Alright, so before I continue, or before I start, I should say, um, so I'm gonna hold over Stepfather 3. I just don't think I have time to do that today. I will do it tomorrow. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hold over Stepfather 3 tomorrow. And then I'm gonna also have to do a Marvel Monday, which I have to do Elektra because I've been holding it off. And then I'm off on Wednesday, I think. So Tuesday, probably later than usual, you will get Tubi Tuesday. It'll be later, but you'll get it. Okay? Maybe if I feel like it, I might do it tomorrow, but who knows? But anyways, that's why. Because I got another pay-per-view tonight. And we also have food reviews to do, so I have to, make time. So here we go. Stepfather 2, Make Room for Daddy. No, it's not something you find on Pornhub. It's a movie you find on Tubi. And it is not a porno, it is a horror film. Excuse me, sirens, I'm trying to do a video here. Oh, wait. Okay, then they're done. Anyway, so this one starts. We have Terry O'Quinn returning as our man Jerry, or Gene, as he's called in this one. We see the end of the first film with him definitively being shot, then stabbed, and definitively dying. You think if they were going to make a sequel, they would have added on to this scene? Like, I don't know, have a paramedic come in and say, hey, this one's still alive? But no, we just cut from there to a mental asylum where Jerry has been living for the past who knows how long. He convinces this new doctor, because he's a new guy, don't know nothing. And eventually he kills the guy because it's so obvious, and the guard, and he gets out. And he changes his name to Gene. And moves into a new neighborhood where he hooks up with Meg Foster, whose son is Jonathan Brandis. Fuck off, elephant. Alright? I know Jonathan Brandis committed suicide when he was younger. When he was in 2003, I think. I get it, but I don't need to mention it a bunch of times, especially when I get to the Neverending Story trilogy, which he's in the second one. And so yes, and so he starts as a psychiatrist to these people, and one of them is Stretch from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. She was also in Leprechaun 3. So she's a horror genre veteran. He eventually warms up to Meg Foster and Jonathan Brandis, and he becomes close with them. But then Jonathan Brandis' father, the ex-husband, shows up, wanting to reconcile, and so he kills the ex-husband and makes it look like he just took off. He puts him in the trunk of his own car, and then crashes it so that the engine stops working in a junkyard, and then he smashes it with a wrench or something, and then it ends up getting swooshed in a compactor. I gotta say, Terry O'Quinn's performance in this scene alone was fantastic. I think he's better in this one than he was in the first one. Do I think this one was better than the first one? Maybe a little bit. I kind of enjoyed this one a little bit better than the first one, to be honest. A lot of people say the first one is high standard, but I actually kind of like this one. So, yes. Eventually, though, Stretch, I'm going to keep calling her that, she starts to get too much of a busybody, nosy neighbor type thing. Her name is Maddie, with 2 T's, even though it's short for Madeline with a D. So, I don't know. I don't know. But, yeah. So, Maddie gets murdered by the, Jerry. I'm going to keep calling him Jerry, even in the next one. But Jerry kills her. Was this the break open a bottle of wine line, or is that a different person? He's just like, No, that was a different person. He's like, let's break open this bottle of wine. I think that was the boyfriend. He smashed upside the head with it. Let me break open this bottle of wine and then smashed it. Uh, but he does steal Maddie's wine, which is a clue. I don't know if it's necessary, really, the whole whistling thing. You know, thing is a clue because he walks through the blind neighbor's yard and he's whistling while he's doing it. It's almost as if that's a bad idea, you know. After he kills Maddie and or Stretch and pretends and makes it look like a suicide. And another thing I'm going to criticize here is that it's very obvious that something is going on. Every time something is about to mess up, he freaks out. Like, once the suicide happens, she's unsure of if she wants to move on. And then, like, they reconcile and they're going to get married. And then the kid, Jonathan Brandis, starts whistling. And then she realizes the wine is Maddie's wine. And that's when she confronts him. They have this big fight, in which I was shaving at the time, but I know what happened. They're fighting him back, and they end up killing Jerry. Although there's a sequel, which Terry O'Quinn didn't return for, but we'll get to that tomorrow. And I do love the scene. Like, they start playing Here Comes the Bride, and they come out, and they're all covered in blood. And then Jerry, like, flops out there, like, dead body. That's kind of cool. I did enjoy this one a little bit better. I think it was more my style. It was still a psychological thriller. Also, I gotta criticize the news. So, in the first one, they didn't run his picture in the paper because the newspaper editor said he didn't want to. Okay, here, there's a news story that Meg Foster is watching about the murders, which took place in Washington, and this takes place in California, or maybe not California, but whatever. And they talk about this news story, but they don't show a picture. Why don't they show a picture? I'm looking for an answer other than if they did, the movie would be over. That's what I want. I want an answer other than that, because I think it's stupid. If they'd shown a picture, they would have caught him earlier, and that's why they don't show a picture. At least in the first one, he had somewhat of a reason. Well, he didn't want to run a picture, or he said not to, or something. It's a little bit better. Just, I don't know. This one is a little more straightforward. He didn't try to... One of my problems with the first one is that he tries to start a new family while he's with another family that mess up his head. He doesn't do that. He sticks with this one chick and goes through the whole thing trying to court this one woman through the entire film. He doesn't try to change anything. He doesn't think, oh, I'm done. No, he keeps going and goes through it all. That's really cool. I think it works better. Meg Foster's eyes will haunt me. She has the lightest shade of blue eyes I've ever seen. I almost thought she was blind when I first saw her in Jewish Keepers 3, the first time I saw her. And I thought she was blind. But she's not. That's just how her eye color is. It's just really weird. Yeah, all around, I think the cast is pretty good. From Stretch to Jonathan Brandis to Meg Foster. All really good. And Terry O'Quinn is the icing on the cake for this. The cherry on top of the ice cream sundae. He is the best thing. And that's why I'm not really looking forward to the third one, because he's not in it. He's the best thing about these first two movies. And not only is Terry O'Quinn not in the third one, it's also the longest at 1 hour and 40 minutes. Maybe longer. I don't remember. I don't know, 40 minutes. Just, yeah, I'm not really looking forward to the third one. Also, it's a TV movie, but it's HBO, so there could be more, kind of thing, but who knows. But yeah. Also, I want to, I'm going to criticize 2 movies in a row. You have sex scenes that show nothing. Last time, they had a very close sex scene where they were like right up against each other in the first one doing it. And then now, you just see whether it's Meg Foster or a body double from behind. And if you had a body double, you could have just showed underneath the tits. But but there was no tits. How is it the only tits you show are the tits of what is supposed to be a 16-year-old girl, but a 23-year-old playing a 16-year-old girl? How does that work? You don't show the adults. Tell you what, the third one better give me titties, or I'm gonna put the duck in the freezer. I'll tell you that much. I'm just saying. Where am I going? Anyway, that's about it. I'll give this an 8-2. I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. So, yeah, what are your thoughts on Stepfather 2? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I've been Jack. Wait. Scotty. Wait. Who am I here?